Oh my God, my friggin' screen is blurry. Ah, Jesus. It's been so long. Where's my cleaner? Oh, oh, this is horrible. Just a minute if anybody's there. Ah. Okay, I gotta clean my screen. Hold on, my camera. There we go. Back. Hello again, Denise. I'm sorry. It's been so long since I've done any live, anything on the computer. I forgot and I did it all backwards and all wrong. Hi, Cicely. Oh my God, Mary Jane, you're a sight for sore eyes. I miss you guys so much. I'm gonna cry. Oh my God. I got a few minutes here. My son just left. Um, I'm still smoking, but very, very little. And I ran out of cigarettes. And that's the only form of comfort and entertaining that I have is to have a cigarette. But I still don't smoke the whole thing. As you can see, look, there's part of one. Oh, Mary Jane, I've missed you guys so much. You have no idea. But my son just left, brought me 2 packs of cigarettes, and they'll last me a few days. But it's the only form of entertainment. I'm bedridden. 99.9% of my days, I'm bedridden. I'm not here to do readings. Absolutely not. I'm sorry about that. I'm not well enough. I've got 3 private readings waiting for me. And I offered to refund their money and the whole bit because I said it's going to be a little while before I can do your reading, but I'll refund you. You know, they said no, that they'd rather wait. So that's a good thing. Hello, Miriam. That's so nice. Hi, Trisha. Hi, Nita. Oh my goodness, I'm okay. Long story made really, really short. I went to, yes, Mary Jane, that's what I'm addressing right now. I went to see a neurologist. I've seen ear, nose, and throat specialist. He says my ears were perfect. My hearing is perfect. I still have the consistent ringing in my ear. But I'm bedridden 99.9% of the time. This is the 1% where I'm not. I've not been online in this way. I've not even sat in this chair. It's been months. But the neurologist says you do not have vertigo, you do not have tinnitus, you do not have Meniere's disease. He said whatever's going on with you is happening in the brain. I've had a CAT scan, came back clean as a whistle. I had an MRI last Tuesday, clean. The neurologist said there's nothing on your MRI, nothing. You're not having. I'm having like symptoms of strokes. He said you haven't had a single stroke. There's nothing. But he put me on medication, and I've only been on medication since Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, and I'll take some tonight. Nortriptyline. I start with 1 pill a week. The second week, I go up to 2 pills a night. Third week, 3 pills until I hit 5. He said, but if you feel good at 3 and your symptoms are starting to ease, stay with 3. I was offended when I come home and I looked up what pills he'd given me. I went, what? He gave me pills and medication for depression and anxiety. And I'm going, what the F? I'm not depressed. I'm not suffering. I'm sick. But I've been told by a couple medical professionals that are friends of mine that this drug has such a mixture of different drugs in it that it will ease some of my symptoms. It will make me feel better. And that's the same thing the neurologist told me. So I'm thrilled that I'm even sitting up here. Maybe the pills are working, but I had a bad dizzy spell a while ago just sitting on the side of my bed. I'm on the phone. And I'm like, hold on. And they're going, Natalie, what's wrong with you? You're slurring your words. And I laid back on my bed and I'm propped up with pillows under me. So I'm kind of half like this, and it just went away. And they were like, oh my God, I could hear you. I said, I know, I just got a dizzy spell. And that comes with it, you know. So thank you, Mary Jane. Thank you so much, Trisha. Thank you, Nita. I need all the help I can get. Oh, I am still here. Yes, I am. I'm still here. Yeah, that's the way to put it, Stormy. This pill has multiple uses for it. It's a thrill for me to be sitting up, Mary Jane, really. And thank you. Oh, Mary Jane, no email for you or anything. Thank you for your help. That was a beautiful thing. You and Sarah Hoover. There was, I think, 2 or 3 other people. I was thanking at that time everybody on Facebook, but I know in the group, but I know that you're not part of the group. You're not in the group. I just got a message from somebody that doesn't spend time on Facebook. They sent me a message through Messenger saying, I've not seen you on YouTube. I'm going, okay, now's the time. So I went in, my son went home, and I managed to wash my hair. I'm not dizzy at the moment, so I washed my hair, dried my hair, put a little mascara on, and said, there, I don't look so sickly with a little touch of makeup on. So I believe you, Denise. Was that you, Stormy? Coming up as, just a minute. It was a Donna. Darlene Wilson. She's the one that just messaged me. Cheryl, hi. Haven't seen you any more than I've seen anybody else. It's been a long, hard haul. We're going into, this is my 9th month with this sickness, believe it or not. This is my 9th month. I could actually hold the mascara to my eyes without it going up and all. And I did it just for you guys. I didn't want to come off looking the way I looked, because my son comes in, he just shakes his head. Oh my God. I'm the type of person, I have to wash my hair every day, or it looks so dirty and it looks wet. And that's how I looked an hour ago. But I said, oh, please give me the strength to get through washing my hair. Washed it, rinsed it. I said, gave it a second shampoo and dried it. I said, wow. I put some moisturizer on. I said, I wonder if I can get some mascara on. At least it'll help my eyes a bit, you know? So, Cheryl, you have no idea. Cora, thank you. I know you do. I know you do. Miriam, thank you. Thank you, everybody. I need all the help I can get. I'm so happy to see you guys. This is amazing. Oh, thank you. But oh my God, my boys were here. They cleaned. This is all from those of you that don't know. There was intensive mold, black mold growing under my sink from a leak that I had had. I've been sick since January. It happened just before that. And they came in, hazmat suits, goggles, the big heavy duty masks. They left one here. Oh my God, it's a big rubber thing and it sticks out and it's all over the place. And they came in and they tore apart under my kitchen sink. You wouldn't believe it. They pulled the pipes out, threw them away. My son went into the city the same day, come back with brand new pipes for under the sink. They worked here from 10:30 in the morning until 7:30 that night on a Saturday. It's about 4 weeks ago now. And they got all the mold that they could get. Like, they're unbelievable. And the following weekend, my other son, Terry, and his lady, Kristen, came, and they tore my fridge apart. And my fridge now looks like a brand new fridge. They threw everything away. I can hear my own echo when I open up my fridge and my cupboards. There's nothing in them. They're empty, you know? So, yeah, black mold. Yep, that's right, Cheryl. Oh, you know, I started these pills. They're for depression. And I took one Tuesday night. Wednesday morning, I woke up. And I'm not the type of person that gets depressed. Even my friends say nothing beats you down. And that's true. I always manage to fight off things what other people suffer with. I'm very lucky that way. It's a conscious fight. I got to fight these but Wednesday morning, I cried for hours. I was truly, seriously, literally depressed. Because I kept thinking, I've been independent since I was 16. 16. I've never needed anybody else. I haven't had to ask anybody for help. And now I'm completely dependent on my children. Am I going to be one of those old age parents that becomes a weight and a chain around my son's necks? I don't want to be. And I'm going to die. I'm going to end up leaving my kids behind and my dog behind, and the worst thoughts in the world. I've been told after the fact, when you start drugs like this, sometimes they'll have the exact effect on you that they're supposed to cure you of. So I was half the day spent in a lot of heartbreaking feelings. I felt heartbroken. I felt hopeless and so dependent on everybody. That was the worst, because I've been on my own since I was 16 and have made it up to this age of 62 without being dependent on anybody. And now I'm completely 100% dependent for everything. But Wednesday morning, I woke up and I felt really good. Or Thursday. I've not been sleeping the last 5 nights. These pills are supposed to make you drowsy. Don't take them in the daytime, they said. Take it before bed. And for the last 5 nights, I've been laying there. 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Here comes daylight, and I'm still wide awake. So I'm having a hard time adjusting, I think, to those pills is what it is. Yes, I did, Denise. I had it last 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I had the MRI, come back clean as a bell. So, yeah. Facing your humanism was enlightening. It's something. My goodness sakes. We know my son came in with the test kits and everything that was needed you're supposed to let that Petri dish sit for 48 hours, 2 days, and then check it. It wasn't even half a day and the damn thing was full of black mold. That's how bad it was. And when he came in, he came back to the bedroom. I was laid up in bed. He said, Mom, the mold under your sink has to be at least a half an inch thick, and it's everywhere. And the test, of course, half a day, and it came back positive. Didn't even have to wait those 2 days. But anyway, they worked so hard. They were exhausted when they were done. And then they had a long, long drive home to the city that they live in. They don't even live near me. So that was quite an experience. My biggest, weakest points right now are trying to feed myself. I'm dying for a real meal. I'm not able to get up and to cook a meal and stand, at the stove, and it's been hard. If I can put something into the oven to cook, I can pop it in, put my timer on, go back and lay down on my bed where I'm safe and wait to hear the beep. Then I can come back up. But I miss cooking. I really do. But I'm living on toast, which I just had. My son made me 2 pieces of toast while he was here. And I've just had that, and I'm still working on the coffee that I have. I've got a Keurig coffee machine in my bedroom. That's how bad it is, that if I can't get strength enough to get out of my room, then all I got to do is crawl to the foot of my bed, and there's a little table, and the Keurig is on it. My coffee's there and whatnot. All I have to do is make it out to the kitchen to get the cream. But at least I can have coffee in the morning if I can get myself out of bed. If I'm nauseated, I've seen me lay there from 7 in the morning till 7 at night wanting to have my morning coffee, but too weak and too sick to get my coffee. I don't know about Meals on Wheels. I really don't know, but that is an idea, Cheryl. I don't know what a person has to go through to get Meals on Wheels. I have no idea. Something for me to look up. No, I had a brand spanking new crock pot given to me for Christmas a couple years ago. I never used it. It happened to be under that area where the mold, and we had to throw it out. My son asked me, you got a brand new crock pot there? Yeah, it's got mold on. I said, throw it. Keep nothing. I had big army stew pots, the big, really, that come from the military like that. Garbage, all of it. I said, take everything out of there. Not only that, if you were to clean these things, it would take you twice as long. Throw it all out. And they threw it all out. So it's not been I'm very lucky. And I try to not bother them. And my son said today, Mom, you can't live on Lipton soup, because that's what I've been living on. If I can make a bowl of soup, a Lipton soup at the stove, it's like a victory for me, and if I make it back to my bedroom with it without spilling or dropping or ending up on the floor, and I don't mean just the soup in that case, I mean me too, ending up on the floor. I have fallen so much, it's not funny. I went by ambulance one night to the hospital, and that doctor was a godsend. He said, I'm surprised you haven't broken a bone or hurt yourself with the falling you're telling me about, and you live alone. You're still alone. He said no, and he's the one that got the CAT scan. He had it done right while I was there. He said, I'm going to order a CAT scan right now for you. I'm like, yeah, okay. No. He says, I mean right now. You're going down right now. I'm not going to make you go all the way home to Chance Harbor and put you through the stress of giving you an appointment to come back in to have this done when it can be done right now. They took me, wheeled me down, did the CAT scan. They wheeled me back to the room I was in. He come in 15 minutes later, waving paperwork. Got your results. He said, yeah, the symptoms you're having, some of them are symptoms of stroke. You haven't had a single stroke, not one. Nothing. He said, your scan came back beautiful. So I was lucky that way. I think I am, Denise. I got to give myself a little more credit for being stronger. But some of my friends like Mary Jane helped me out a few weeks ago there. And that was really, that was such a relief. So it's been a long, hard haul because I can't do readings if I'm ill. But here's a tidbit. No, Denise, and that's a sensitive topic right now. I've seen 4 doctors and not one of them has done blood work. And I've even said, aren't you going to take blood? No, we don't need to do that. But I've been exposed to mold. They blew it off. Really. What was I got? My memory's been, I've not been doing any readings because I can't do readings. I can't. Like I said, I've got 3 private readings that are waiting, and the money they paid's been long gone. I held on to it a long time, and I spent it last Tuesday after we left the neurologist's office is when I picked up a little bit of food, and now it's gone, of course. But the thing is, I've got 2 friends. Neither of them are full tarot readers. I hate using the word professional, but they're not like me. They don't do readings, they play with them for themselves. One lives in Newport Richey, Florida, who is a very personal friend of mine. She's Canadian. She used to live here. We raised our kids together. And she's a nurse, and a very high-end nurse, I'll say. And she felt that I got a message from her, and I'm surprised that Chris isn't here. She must be out working in her garden. And I don't have a family doctor. That's part of this problem, Denise, unfortunately. We've got a shortage here in my province. But anyways, Chris, who's in Wisconsin, and Jane, they both messaged me this evening. Not this, but one evening. It was 2 nights ago. And they said, I don't know what the hell come over me, but I had the strongest urge to do a reading for you. And they don't read for other people. You would not believe the readings. Both of them right off. Improvement in health. And the cards went on to say, you've been sick, you've been this, you've been that. It had my name written all over it. It was unbelievable. Both of their readings were almost identical. And it said, you're going to be on your way back soon. And oh my God, they were beautiful readings. I had the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. And this sort of thing show up. And I'm hanging on to these two readings for my life. And saying, please, to the universe, to spirit, to God, please have these readings unfold for me because I need them. I'm very emotional too. I am not crying yet, but I'm close to it, you might say. No, I can't. I can't order food. You can't get food delivered out here. I'm too far out of the city, and I'm broke anyway. I don't have any money. And there's a nice pizza joint about 3-4 miles from me, and they make excellent pizza and all that. And I can't even have that delivered here. They don't deliver. So I just try to get by with what I can. It is. I shouldn't be living alone, and I know that. There should at least be somebody coming in once a day. I'm not a nitpicky type of clean. Look behind me. There's stuff on stools and but I'm like anybody. I like my house straightened up. I like to keep it neat. And some areas of the house has been cleaned within an inch of itself of surviving. It's been, I think so, Gail. You're right. I think so. And it did. It picked me up. It gave me a surge of hope that I haven't had in a long time. When I have moments and I feel like I'm going to die from this, like it's going to kill me. I really do. The neurologist tested my coordination and it's off. It's because I'm bedridden. You got muscle atrophy going on. But that Tuesday, leaving the neurologist office, my son ran into the superstore at the pharmacy inside and he dropped the prescription off and came back out. They said, we'll have to wait about 15 minutes. I said, I got a little bit of money left in the bank. There's some things that I want in the store. Well, I'll get it for you. No, let me go. I need to push myself through this. I need to walk. Oh my God, it was a nightmare. He let me go. He stayed back in the car with Little Bear because we couldn't leave him alone in the car. I wanted to find a nice little corner in the grocery store where I could just curl up in a ball, lay down. It was awful. At the end when I put my few things through, the end of the conveyor belt goes on, it goes like that. It stops. Then it's in front of the checkout person, whatever. And then they push it through down to the bottom part of their, whatever you call it, where the groceries go. And then they pack them up on there. They couldn't do that. I was laying on it with my hands like this and my arm down like that. And I heard the girl go bang. She dropped a couple things loud and I'm going, oh my God. She thinks by my body language that she's being too slow and I'm falling asleep here. But when I knew that's what she was thinking, she had a real mean look on her face. She doesn't know me. The other girls there do. She was a newer one. And I pushed myself back up so I could scan my card to pay. And her whole face just dropped when she see me. And I know what she was thinking. Oh my God, this lady's sick. No shit, Sherlock. It was horrible what it took out of me to walk around that grocery store. It was unbelievable. I don't know how I kept thinking I was just going to slide away from the grocery cart and hit the floor. That's what it felt like, So absolutely, but only because I'm not eating. If I'm lucky, Denise, I get 1 meal a day into me, and it isn't a meal, it's a bowl of soup. And here's the bad part of that, even worse. The next time I get up after finishing my soup later on, a few hours later, get up to go to the bathroom, dizziness hits me really bad. And sometimes I don't make it back to my bed. I end up on the floor and I crawl up into my bed and then I'm soaked to the skin And I mean, I'm shiny soaked, and the vomiting starts. So what I've taken in, like the bowl of soup, all comes back up again. I got my fan going beside the bed. I let the fan hit me. Then I lay back on my bed, propped up with my pillows. I don't go flat. I propped up my pillows and I wait, and the wind's blowing on me from the fan. And then I can feel myself starting to dry off, almost like a hypoglycemic episode, but it's not. And then I feel better. I feel okay. But so I try to eat at least once a day. It's almost impossible to do that. And 9.9 out of 10 times I'll vomit that up, whatever I've taken in. So yeah, I've lost a little bit of weight. So thank you, Crystal. I'm sorry and hi. Thank you for being here. It means an awful lot to me. Thank you so, so much. That's just it, Denise. I'm glad you asked that. Absolutely zero pain with all of this. Zero. Just when I vomit, and after vomiting, my stomach hurts a little bit. Eventually that goes away. But no, I have absolutely no pain. Random 8. Hi. Oh my God. Thank you, Random. I'm embracing and absorbing all the blessings and the good wishes coming my way, So, Green Hornet, I wish. Doesn't work that way. They've got jobs and they don't live in where I'm at. They live in different cities. I know, Denise, and I said that. How lucky am I that I don't have any pain? But I almost feel like somebody going through chemo. Honest to God, I really do. With the dizziness and the nausea and the falling on this sounds really graphic, and I'm not trying to put a visual in your heads, but I had a bath. I think it was the bath I had about 4 days ago. And I felt great. That's why I had a bath. So I'm getting in the tumble. I feel good. No dizziness, blah, blah, blah. Had my bath, laid there for a bit to just enjoy the hot water. Got out of the tub, grabbed my towel, wrapped it around me. And then I stepped out of the bath. And when my feet hit the floor, whoomp, I fell up against the bathroom sink. Pure dizziness. I said, oh my God, no, get me to my bed, get me to my bed, get me to my bed. I made it as far as the end, the bottom of my bed, and I grabbed a hold of the comforter. In the blink of an eye, there I was, bare ass, not wearing nothing but a towel. There I was on the floor. That quick. Boom, that fast. No way to stop it, no way to hold myself up. Boom, flat out on the floor. That's what it's like for me. Anytime I get up, I'm just Daisy love, Daisy, Daisy, Daisy. There you are. Exactly. They've got medical doctors on YouTube for free. It's a sensitive point that no blood work has been done. Thank you, Green Hornet. Thank you for saying the words that you've given. I appreciate it very much. I appreciate you very much in your presence here. Thank you so, so much. Thank you so much. These pills that they put me on are called nortriptyline, I think it is. And they've got other meds in them. And the doctor and a couple of my friends that are medicals have told me that some of my symptoms should begin to ease because of some of the drugs that are in this pill. So I'm hoping the nausea and the dizziness gets taken care of. But I'm sure I've been breathing in. Here's the worst part. I'm a friggin' die-hard homebody. I rarely leave my house, well, when I was well, except to walk to the beach and take my dog for a walk. But since I got sick, I've been stuck in the house, not knowing it was mold. And since January, have been sucking in mold spores that whole time. 9 months now. 9 months of breathing in bad air. That didn't help. I know my system's full of mold, and I know it's going to come out eventually. I'm looking up different foods you can have. I read the other day that fresh cabbage, fresh garlic, something about, I think it's beetroots, oil of oregano. These things can clean mold out of your bloodstream. And that's what I'm hoping to do. When I'm in the position when I can get another grocery order, they will be on my grocery list. And I send that to my son, the one that was here today. And he goes and he buys everything I need on the list and brings it. I'm going to have those ingredients on my list is what I'll be doing. I have no idea, Lisa. It's probably not good. Yeah, Denise, but I would have went down anyway because it was dizziness that caused it, you know? So, no, Miriam. I don't leave the house at all. I can't. I'm too sick. I proved that to myself on Tuesday. My son lives in another city. I send him my money and I send him my list and he takes it all and he goes and gets it and then he brings it to me. Oregano's the best, is it really? Trisha. Mary Jane, I love you. You know what, Mary Jane? I'm going to call. I hope the day comes we get to meet. You've got one incredible, beautiful spirit, Mary Jane, and I've been blessed just knowing you, having the luck to know you. Thank you. Thank you, Denise. Just a minute. I check. I think they threw the blender out. Wait a minute. Oh, dear. Yeah. I'm finding all kinds of appliances, little ones and stuff gone. No, it must have had mold on it. They threw it out. I had a really good blender. It's gone. Oh, I don't even have oregano in the house. I don't have any garlic in the house. I don't have anything. Since it's been almost a year, guys. So a lot of things I don't have in my house that are usually staples in a house, if you know what I mean. Thank you, Sarah. Ireland, beautiful. That's a whole nother one, Green Hornet, but I like the way you think. That's another issue. It's another issue, and I don't know what to do about it. This isn't just a house that I happen to live in. I have to stress that. The universe called me to this home, called me to this property, called me to this community. I was called. My husband doubted me at first, and I started out pointing out hard facts to him, literally physical things. And he was like, oh my God. It didn't take a lot of convincing after that. He said, you were called here. I can't just up and leave. So, but this has happened for a reason. Why, I don't know. Yeah, you're right, Susie Ann. And hi, Susie Ann. Hi, Elizabeth. I didn't see you guys pop in. So yeah, I've got to. I'm hungry every day. I'm hungry right now, but I've had 2 pieces of toast. By the time I'm done this live, if I still feel up to it, I'll make another bowl of Lipton soup. Is what I'll end up doing. I never thought about that, Cheryl, to tell you the truth. I don't want to ask people for stuff, that kind of a thing. So I have not even had a cup of tea today. It took me until 4 o'clock to have a coffee. And I'm the type of person, I get up in the morning and I got to have I'm like, not awake. Don't talk to me. Don't look at me. Don't look at me till I have had my coffee. You can imagine somebody like me that's like that, laying there, not till 4 in the afternoon till I can get my coffee. It's pretty bad. I'm not trying to starve myself, Cheryl. I'm not trying to do that, believe you me, you know. Lemon, no, I don't have any lemon. There's no lemons and there's no lemon juice in my house. But you're right, tea and lemon is beautiful together. I really like it a lot. So, you know. Denise, it's a sensitive spot because they, not me, they haven't done any blood work. There are medical clinics in St. John. That's the city nearest to me. And I was supposed to do it last night and I wasn't feeling well enough to type. I have to let they provide my insulin for me every 3 months when I need insulin. They're like a walk-in clinic, an after-hours clinic. If you don't have a family doctor kind of clinic, they know me through correspondence and sending my insulin. I'm going to ask them if they're my last hope. Can they get me some blood work? Explain to them what I'm going through, how long I've been going through it, how sick I am. Somebody said, you make sure you explain how sick you really are. And then ask them, is there any way you can order up blood work for me to find out? Somebody said they've got to look for microtoxins and fungi, but there's no test for mold. There's no such thing as blood tests for mold. They look for other components, and then they can decide whether you have mold in you or not. But I'm going to ask them for help if they can get me. And we have an organization here as well. If you're from Canada, you probably, will know about it. It's called extramural nursing. Extramural, come to your home. When I had my family doctor, because I was diabetic, because I lived way out here and I didn't have a car, and he'd say, I want you to go in for blood work to the hospital, and I would get tensed. And I go, that's going to be like trying to create a full orchestra to get myself to the hospital and back. He said, no problem. I'll ease your stress. I'll have extramural go in and see you once every 3 months. Take your blood work. The results will be mailed to me, sent to me, and then we can take it from there. I said, all right. So I'm going to ask if they can have extramural, if the clinic can have extramural come in to take my damn blood and maybe send it to who, I don't know. I don't have a family doctor. Can they send them back to the clinic? And the clinic call me when they get the test results back? I don't know if they'll do all that or not, but I'm going to try. I'm going to thank you, Random. So much love to you too. Much, much love to you. You're a good person. Hello, Joanne. Yeah, so I may have to get the medical clinic involved and see if they can't help me. I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to do. I don't have to pay for that. No, I don't have to pay. My Medicare covers that. We have Medicare in Canada. It covers it. Never paid a red cent for it. They are well paid from the government, though, so so I'm going to try to get them to help me. And if they can't, I can't go to the emergency room again unless I'm at death's door. They're in a crisis at our main hospital. The night that I went in by ambulance, I still had a 4-hour wait before I was looked at. I said to the nurse, these wait times are terrible. She said, you had a 4-hour wait. She said, good thing you weren't here last weekend, Natalie. I said, why? If you'd come in last weekend, you would have had a 12-hour wait. And it's gotten worse since then. And that was a couple weeks back. I can't go in and sit in a chair for 14, 16 hours waiting to be seen. I can't physically do it. So I need somebody to come in to do this. They didn't do a blood test. They tested my sugars, Green Hornet, and they tested my blood sugar before we even left the house. Here's the kicker, and I should have kicked in then what was wrong, because I still didn't know at that point that it was mold. They came in, he tested my sugars, and the other one had me hooked up to the big machine they bring in, testing my blood pressure. And the guy doing my sugars, his name was Trent. The blood pressure guy was Jamie. But Trent said, Natalie, where are your sugars normally at? I said, a little high, about 15. But I crash and go hypo like that. Okay, nailed it. He said, your sugars are at 15. Yay. And then the other guy spoke up, Jamie, he goes, you say yay for what you just tested her for? And he started knocking on the screen of the machine. He goes, this right here is enough to take you. We're going. You're going for a ride to the hospital. I said, I have good blood pressure. I always do. It's at 200. Where's your sneakers? We're going. Here's what happened. And this is what really rose my suspicions about the mold, because I had no idea in that moment. So it was 200 when we left here. We got halfway to the city. It went down to 175. Got into the hospital. In the ER, there's always a nurse that takes you and gives you a run over. And then she says, okay, go back out and wait. By the time I get in to see that nurse, my blood pressure was down to 135. Should have told me right there. It should have screamed in my face. Your house is making you sick. You're away from the house and you're feeling better. Blood pressure went down to normal. My God. It was shortly after that we discovered it was mold and something had to be done about it. And it was. Nobody's taken my blood. I told them there was possibility. I told 2 other doctors, I know what's causing this. It's mold, black mold. I had it at my house. It's been dealt with. It's been cleaned up. The house is fine again, but I'm not. And I've been breathing this in since January. Aren't you going to do any blood work? No, that's all right. And I'm like stunned. Well, now, look, if I thought going to the ER and getting seen to and telling them I'm sick from mold, that would give me blood work, but I'll have to wait 16 hours in a hard chair. I can't physically do it. So I've got to go through the clinic and through text messaging and whatnot to get the point across. I am contacting you because I'm sick with mold. And God knows if my liver's been damaged or my kidney's been damaged. It would surprise me if I don't come out with some damage because it's been 9 months. How can you go through 9 months of breathing in toxic air like that and not end up with something damaged, you know? I never had a problem with breathing. None. No breathing, no coughing problems. Absolutely none. Hi, Susie. They'd want me to join their church, Susie. And that's the truth. I've had that before happen here. No, you're right, Cheryl. I agree with you. Here it's a little different. Oh, wow, Denise. 100 years old, yeah. But no, they started knocking on our door way back, probably 5, 6, 7 years ago here. And they kept saying, come to service on Sunday. Come this evening. We got a function going on. Come. And I told Eric, I said, you can go if you want to. You're used to all that, but it's not for me. I live by spirit and spirit alone. Sorry, not stuff being shoved down my throat over what some people are saying. I'm not going to do it anyway. Once they knew we weren't going to attend their church, they stopped coming. As soon as they knew for sure. Thank you, Denise. Appreciate it. They, wouldn't, they never came back, never heard another word from them, you know? So, because one day I kind of come out with it black and white. I just said, I believe in the power of God and the power of the universe. And I have a personal relationship with the universe, and that's how I live. I won't go by what some man standing in front of a crowd of people is saying. because that's his personal belief, his personal thoughts, his personal. Oh, we go by the Bible. I said, yes, but you interpret the Bible in your own way. There's still interpretation there, and I don't do that. I go by spirit. Simple. And they never came back after that. Eric said, I think you finally got rid of them. They're not going to come back. And they never did. We were right about that. Asbestos, yeah. Yeah, you're right. You are right. You're very right. So if there was still mold in this end, my kitchen's right there. See where I'm pointing? Those are my cupboards, right? If there's still mold in this house, I wouldn't be sitting here like this as long. What have I been? 45 minutes? I've been here 45 minutes. And I haven't had a dizzy spell. And I'm feeling, although I'm getting a little warm, the doors are open. I try to get as much fresh air in as possible. I've been heard and read that mold hates fresh air. It doesn't thrive. It likes warm, dank, stagnant air. It thrives in that. Always leave the doors and windows open as much as possible. Okay. Okay. That's interesting, Denise. Yeah. I used to see a chiropractor years ago, but I haven't in years. So it comes down to transportation and money. Everything costs this, and I don't have it. You know, the only time I have any money under my belt, I live on, if you're Canadian, you're going to know what this is, right? Thank you, Mary Jane. It was so lovely seeing you. You're like a dose of good medicine for me. I really mean that with all my heart and with all my soul. I'm bearing myself. You were good medicine for me. Thank you. Can't see my memory. It affects your memory too when you're suffering with this. And my memory's been super bad. Yeah, I'm on, the Canadians here will know what this is. I'm on a CPP, but add a D to the end of it. It's Canada Pension Plan, and the D is for disability because I have health problems. I've been on disability for about 10 years now. And what it is probably in the States is the same way. When you're working, the government takes a little bit out of each paycheck and puts it towards, for us, it's CPP. For when you retire, it's a little extra money for you, or you retire early, you might say. And I had to retire real early. I'm 62. I've been retired for like 10 years. So that's what I live on. And I know it's socially improper to talk about money and religion, okay? In public especially. But I live alone, and this is the only income I have. And I bring in $740 a month. I'm lucky that it's even up to $7, because $135 of that is a survivor's benefit that I got after my husband died. So that's added. It brings it up to $740. I have to pay my rent, my own power, my own lights, my own heat, my internet, and my house phone. There are no luxuries like cell phones. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't have TV services. I watch DVD movies on a player and I play them on my TV, that kind of a thing. Any extra money that I make is done through readings, especially here when I do mini readings. I'll see the donations coming in for people getting mini readings, and I'm going, and I don't mean this as, oh boy, I got money. It's cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. There's my Javex that I need. There's my deodorant that I need. There's my soup that I need. There's my coffee that I need. That's how my head goes like that. And if I hit a certain amount, then I know that I can have my son do groceries for me. That's the only reason I'm able to survive. I'll tell you, Denise, I'm in New Brunswick, and we are officially bilingual. Officially. The problem with here in New Brunswick, we do have a French community way up in northern New Brunswick, but those people are fully bilingual. So those that have gone through the whole course, the whole 9 yards of those that were English only, they'd never even once, and my son being a paramedic, he teaches paramedicine at the university now. But I asked him, when have you ever gone on a call and had to have a translator there or someone to translate from French to English? He said, never. And we've got a few immigrants in the city. Never. He said the Syrians from Syria, the Vietnamese, all of them, they've done a lot of house calls to these places. He said, and only once did they need somebody that was bilingual in Afghanistan language. And there was somebody in the city and they had to call them in to translate. That's the only time but for French, never. Because if you're growing up in the province of New Brunswick, everybody, you either learn to speak English as a child or you won't survive very long. Because you can go into a grocery store and start rattling off of French to them, and they'll look at you like you got 3 heads. They'll say, sorry, I don't understand what you're saying, you know. He said there are pockets where maybe it would come in handy, like northern New Brunswick. Out of respect for them, you would stick to the French, but it's not a necessity. So it's always been a big tug of war going on, but they won. They made the fish officially bilingual. Yeah, we're rustic here, Denise. Thank you. We're rustic here. We really are. You grew up on, yes, Anna Green Gables. That's in Prince Edward Island, one of our sister provinces here in the Maritimes. Yes. Yes. And that's another thing, talking about doctors. Most doctors won't come here. They're not being given any incentives by the government to come here, and they pay the bottom dollar for doctors. And one doctor told me, actually from the clinic, told me, he said in May and June is graduation time. He said, the only doctors that come to New Brunswick to stay and keep their practice for 10 years or so are ones with young families, and they've got children. And New Brunswick's one of the best places in the country to raise children. We're safe here. You can actually say what your parents used to say to you when you were a kid. Get out and play. But in the bigger cities and different parts, you'd never tell your child, go out and play. You'd have to be there with them, helicopter over them, watch them to make sure they didn't get kidnapped. Do you know what I'm saying? Here in New Brunswick, parents do. Get the hell outside and play. Other ones, get out and play. Don't come home until the street lights come on. We still live that way here. It's a wonderful place to raise children. And some brand new doctors want to open practice here, just at least for a good 10 years. Is what they sign on for, till their children have a chance to grow up in a decent area. And then after that, we lose them. But yeah, that's it. True enough, Denise. True enough. Oh my gosh, Cheryl. They sure do. They're like a sponge. They absorb everything. And Spanish is the second language, isn't it, in the U.S.? I've always heard Spanish is the second language in the U.S. next to English, and in Canada, it's French. I can't believe I've been on this long without getting sick. It's unbelievable. Coffee's gone cold. Still working on that cigarette. See, I told you. And when I'm real nauseated and really, really bad, I don't smoke. Get to the last thing. I don't want food. I don't want drink. I don't want smoke. I don't want anything. But this is beautiful. I'm enjoying being here with you. Oh my God, I'm enjoying being here with you guys. Oh, really? Trilingual. That's like Daisy. Thanks, Mary Jane. That's like Daisy Love that was in here. I don't know if she's still, are you still here, Daisy? Daisy speaks somewhere between 3 to 5 languages. Very fluent. That's beautiful of you, Denise. That's really beautiful. I've never made a wish list anywhere, to tell you the truth. I don't like being needy, but I am, unfortunately. Like I say, how I eat and how I live myself, you know, I try to earn my own money. It's not a pride thing. It's not even that for me. It's so I'm not leaning on other people, if you know what I mean. I'm only good in the moment, Deborah Hooks. Hi, welcome. You can mean 4 languages, Mary Jane. Wow, I'm impressed. You want to talk about languages, and some of you are familiar with this story, but I'll quickly recap it. My heritage is French. I'm 86% French. That's through my DNA that I had done. My first language was French. I was raised as French until I was 3 years old. I had no idea what English was, no inkling. My mother and father separated, divorced. My mother moved to this part of the country into a city where the French were hated, a lot of racism against the French and the blacks. At 3 and 4 years old, my mother kept telling me, you need to speak English. You have to learn English. And I refused. My new stepfather that she met was English only. He felt left out of conversations because we rattled back and forth in French. And my mother would say, no, answer me or ask in English. Ask me in English. And she would say the English words. I'll even say them for you. You repeat them back to me. No. I was mad. 4 and 5 years old telling her no. And only speaking. Then one day, and I remember my first English word. It. I asked her in French, how do you say it in English? I remember nothing after that. I continued on. Here's the problem. With no French family around, no French communities around, this little French girl, can't speak French to this day. I lost it. That's what happens. Hi, Kelly, loyal to a fault. I got a little makeup on and I'm having a good moment, and that's about it. Hi, Jay Hooks. Oh my gosh. You guys are beautiful. Thank you for coming in. Thank you so much. Treated pretty bad. A lot like the natives. We were treated a lot like them, driven off our own land, especially here in the Maritimes. They pushed them all. And a big part of Louisiana, that whole area is made up. Their ancestors are from here, New Brunswick, and from mostly from New Brunswick, but the surrounding provinces as well. Absolutely. It's an interesting subject, Susie Ann, no, you have to, I'll type it in. I deal with PayPal. If you're anywhere in the world, PayPal. If you're in Canada, it's all through e-transfer, through the banking system. And it's all done through my, oops, I got my caps on, just a minute. This is for you if you're in Canada. There's the email. The PayPal is this. That's how you get into my PayPal. I think it's right. Oh my God, thank you. Oh my goodness. No, they haven't, Green Hornet. You're right, Denise. So do I. I love everybody around the world. I get excited, talking to somebody that I haven't talked to in certain areas. San Susie. Okay, Susie, yeah, that's yeah. Jolene Durant. There's another one. Nice to see you. You guys are beautiful. But I'm the same way. I love talking to people around the world and finding out different things about them. So I'm always impressed. We have followers from Russia and Germany, South Korea, China, and other places, Zimbabwe, Africa, all over Africa. It just amazes me. And the Asian communities and countries, same thing. It's beautiful. You learn so much. Raka, my goodness. You forgot to say hello. Raka, everybody's another regular. Thank you. Oh, so nice to see you. And all I'm seeing are everybody's names. I don't get to see too many faces. The icons are so small. They have profile pics on them, but at least it's something. Your French, your grandfather. Really. I'm so French that even French are astounded by my birth name. Even French, they go, what? Oh boy, did you ever come from French? I say, yeah, I'm fully French pretty well. My given name and my birth name, bienvenue. And I make jokes. I say, my name, my birth name is on every billboard around the world, because almost every billboard that says welcome to, it'll say welcome, and then it says like bienvenue, wherever the location is. So yeah, that was my birth name. And even the French people are astounded by that. There's not a lot of bienvenus around. Susie, if you're the one, I'm missing conversation here. I'm sorry, guys. If you have a problem with that PayPal, .me/Natalie Tapley, then you just go into paypal.com and add Natalie Tapley. Do a search. I'm Natalie Marie Tapley. There should be a profile picture on there, but my full name's Natalie Marie Tapley. That's what you see. But yeah, so I lost all my French, and like I say, Oh, do you think so, Green Hornet? Oh, I love you. Mwah! I wish I could hug and kiss you. My goodness. Yeah. Well, you hear something. As I got older, I've been stopping people in their tracks. When people start to swear, F this and son of a B that, then they go, oh, excuse my French. I catch people on that now. I call them out on it and I go, excuse me? What? What you just said? What? Because I was swearing? No, what you said afterward. You said, excuse my French? Because you were saying some dirty words? I'm French. I take a little offense to that. When you think of the French, think of this. It's a language of love. How many, especially us older people, have heard that? French, the language of love. Not dirty. It's not dirty. Yeah, I know. But I do, and I used to let people get away with it. Never said anything, kind of put up with the insult and the offense, saying that, my birth language was dirty. I didn't like that at all. So now that I'm older, I'm very calm about it. I don't flip out. I don't go off the deep end. I go, you got French people sitting at this table, eh? Oh my God. And they feel, I'm not trying to spotlight you out for what you said, but maybe next time you'd be a little careful before you concern dirty swear words to the French language. It's not. It's the language of love. Believe me, So I'm lucky that I have the language of love running through my veins, and I have a beautiful essence of welcoming people. I've had people call me, "Hello, Miss Welcome." That's what they would say to me. And then they'd laugh, haha, but I got a lot of that. "Hello, Miss Welcome." I'm getting real dry. I'm going to go over to my fridge and grab a diet soda. I'll be right back. If you hear a big thump, that's me falling. That means I got dizzy on the way over. Horrible. So, I just got to stand up for a minute and slowly turn. It takes moments just to make sure I don't turn too quick. There we go. All right, I'm good to go. There we go. I'm not even going to dirty a glass because I've got dishes to do. And I'll take probably tonight if I feel like this and do my dishes. But everything else is messed. It's like I take stuff out and I don't get to put things back where they belong because I've gotten dizzy. So I have to leave things where they lay, kind of a thing. They do have a lot of good food. One thing I'll tell you, Mystery. Hi, I'm only here just saying hi to you guys. I'm not doing any readings. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I think so. I've gone, we've had family living closer to northern New Brunswick, and I'm in southwestern New Brunswick. And when I was a little younger, in my 20s and whatnot, I used to go visit cousins up there. And I tell you, the French way, being in a French kitchen and being in an English kitchen, there's no comparison. And another thing, when they hold house parties, it's all in the kitchen, believe me. They hold house parties, they call them kitchen parties, and they're pretty exciting. Everybody's singing and dancing, and I wouldn't normally listen to most of that music on a regular everyday basis at home, but when you get into the French communities and the fiddles come out, oh mon Dieu, c'est bon. You did, Green Hornet. Oh my God. Really? I just feel like you're my best friend, Green Hornet. Everything you said, thank you. But their food is very, very, some of the food I wouldn't touch. I was in a French kitchen when I was visiting one time, and one of the men had just come back in from Kujabaquac, right? It's a beach, it's a nature park, it's beautiful. They have been doing some clam digging and switched to something else. He came in with a bucket full of live eels. And I went, oh, and I seen them. Oh my God. He says, you don't want some? We're going to have some for lunch. I'm like, you go ahead. I'll just have something else. No. It's the weirdest thing I ever saw. They skinned it. I watched it being skinned. I went, oh, that poor eel. And then they cut it out in chunks like that. Like that. They got a big cast iron frying pan out. They threw some butter in it. They threw some onions in it. Some other things. Then they threw the pieces of meat in. And the damn things were moving around in the pan on their own, squirming and moving around. I went, oh my God. No, thank you. And then they just were awing and moaning over the eel as they were eating it. And I'm sitting at the table with my head down going, I'm sorry, but this is hard. I respect it, but hard. I couldn't do that, So it's you guys, Denise. If you see a spark, it's because of you guys. Because normally my eyes look very, very sickly. The pills must be starting to take effect, maybe. Yes, I've heard it called that. Yeah, Stacbotris, yeah. Yeah. Do they really, Mystery? Oh, I was so turned away and turned off. It was normally I don't drink from a glass, but I don't need any more dishes. Believe me. It's a diet root beer, A&W. Yum yum. And it's nice and cold. Baby, you don't drink root beer. He's waiting for me to share this with you. You can smell it. There. Why don't you come up? Why don't you come up with Mom? Come on up. No, you don't want to come up with Mommy? Oh, I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry. There he is. Can I have a kiss? What are you looking for? There's nothing down there. Give me a kiss, darn it. Even the day that the mold was cleaned out of here, he even got a bath. Because he's a dog and he's close to the floor and he probably had spores in his fur. He never got affected by the mold. Can anybody answer me that? He hasn't been sick at all. He was fine. But I gave him a nice bath and whatnot. So he's what keeps me sane. He's my snuggle blanket. Aren't you, baby? And Mama loves her baby. Yes. He's a good boy. Aren't you? You're a good boy. Yeah. Ew. Aw. That's what gets me, Mystery. Why did they do them when they're still alive? That's horrible. Oh my God. Well, it's like lobster. What do? They boil them alive. They're not dead. And they say, that's not crying when you hear them scream. That's air being released. Really? Maybe the next time that I'm in extreme pain, I'll just fart and that's air being released. Oh my gosh. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But they eat different, but they've got other things. They're pastries and things. It's really good stuff. They have a wide variety. My mother had told me when she moved from where we were in western part of Canada. I was born in Saskatchewan is where I was born. Saskatchewan. And we moved to southwestern New Brunswick. But all our family was based in Campbellton, New Brunswick, which isn't that far from here. But she came here because her mother was here in the city of St. John. And she said she found that she missed eating. She missed the food. She said the English food down here is so boring. No life to it at all. No color. Nothing to get excited about. She found it hard to adjust. Well, she's 82 now, so she's definitely adjusted, you know. Farming helps Spain. I'm going to get me a big gallon of vinegar as well. They say vinegar will kill mold, and I'm going to put it in a spray bottle, and I plan on doing everything. It's a just in case cleaning. If there was any mold around me right now, I would not be sitting here. I'd have my head in the bucket or in the toilet puking my guts up. I'd be falling onto the floor. It would be that bad. So, oh my gosh, Mystery. Isn't that something? I've never had tartare. Now, eel yuck, steak, Fritz tartare with apples. Mold is a killer. It really, really is. And it was all from having a leaky sink that I reported to the owner. And I said, this is a kind of an emergency. You can't let that go. It could cause mold. Here we are 9 months later, and it's not been fixed until my son fixed it. He ripped the pipes right out. He said, no way. And they even went as far as to test my well water. My well water come back beautiful. So it hadn't spread into those pipes or anything, so we were good. But I'm still going to, because I'm paranoid about it. Everywhere I look, if I bend down to do something, I look. Is there mold? Is there mold? Is there mold? I look for it. Black mold's not hard to spy. It's a truth, though, Mary Jane. It's a truth. And in that phone call, oh my goodness, yes, we'll get that seen to right away. Right away is come and gone 9 months ago. And it's taken 9 months of my life. Yeah, I know. I just don't know which way to go with it. I'm not the type to jump on a situation to milk something just because I can. I'm not the type to do something like that. And they could afford it. They're millionaires. They live very well. Very well. They drive beautiful cars. You know, I just can't leave this property. I have to stay here. Unless I'm completely and literally pushed out by the home itself, I can't leave. Here's the thing, Denise, just our luck. I may have one phone conversation every 2 to 3 years with them, and the rest is email once in a blue moon. And this conversation took place over the phone. But if my back was pushed against the wall, I'm told because they have a cell phone, there's phone records. And it could be retrieved. So I'll bank on that and hold on to that if it comes down to it. But I've lost 9 months. I haven't been on my beach since April. That's when I became bedridden. I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't walk anywhere. So, and I've only, in all summer long, I've only made it down to my yard twice. Down below the deck twice. That's it. That's it. I had no summer, had no spring, not having a fall. I hope by the time I get up to taking 2, I'll start taking Tuesday night, 2 of those pills before bed. And hopefully the healing can really begin then. They're bad. They're that type of landlord that you have to hound them to do things. You have to really get on them. And one of my downfalls as a human being is just the way I am. If I ask you something, I'm only going to ask once. That's a bit of a hang up on my personality. I don't hound people. I'll ask you once and only once. Thing is, they know this about me. They know I'm like that. Easy to let things go. I had a hole in the side of my house like that. You could reach through and touch the wall in the living room. And it took from July 10th until sometime in November for him to get the guy back here to board it over. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah. I agree with you, Raka. They don't want to put a red cent into it. I know. It may come down to that. It's not over yet, right? It's not over yet, you know? But like my boy said, Mom, you feel like that's where you have to remain is there. And if you start with the landlord, he may tell you to get the hell out. And then what are you going to do? You're going to end up in public housing, and they're the worst neighborhoods in the city. And it'll be back to the city, and they're not safe. They're dangerous. That's my greatest fear. You know, that's my greatest fear. I don't have a cell phone, though, Cheryl. I have a house phone, a landline. That's what I have. I'm on the landline, but she was on the cell phone. And I've been told from somebody else they're pretty sure you can pull a conversation. I just don't remember the date. But I remember it was right at Christmas time because my boys were here. And I was cooking a big dinner. And I was doing up the dishes. And my son says, "What's that? I hear water running." And I was like, "You do?" I went, "Oh, it's under the sink. It's probably just dripping." He said, "No, I hear water running." Opened it up. It was like someone turned on this little tap. And there was steady flow of water coming. Oh, my God. Turn the water off. That's how it all started. Hi, Jamie. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you. Much love right back at you. Yeah, exactly. My little check every month covers the bills. I have a tiny bit left over for groceries. In the wintertime, that's hard because my power bill here is over $350 a month. So my little check takes about everything. But I do, before I do anything, I pay my bills. And whatever's left over is mine. If there's anything left over, it's mine. That's the way I look at it. Go out. The only pleasure I have left. I make it last. Yeah. Don't get much of a cell reception down there. Even in my house, people pull their phones out. "Oh, I got to call so-and-so. And before I can say, you won't be able to. Hey, I don't have any bars." I call my little piece of property a dead zone. So we don't pick up things like that. No TV signals for free, nothing. The crows are happy. Yeah, but my landlord's not going to do that. They're not going to hang themselves, right? They're not going to look for my number and all the calls that have been made under my number. Not unless the phone is confiscated by law, So I don't know. But I'm thinking the phone company can do that too. I think that's what I was told. So, but they're big on appearances. These people are very big on appearances. And if I threatened to tell everybody in the community about all of this, they would have a panic attack. Complete. They would probably pay me to shut me up. That's one way it could go. It could easily go that way. I've got my landline is right beside me in my room, in my bedroom. And I do have a little cell phone, and I can, even though it doesn't have a SIM card in it. Somebody gave it to me a year ago. They said, "There, you can take video and take pictures with this, but you have to put your own SIM card in if you want to use it like a phone." I said, "Well, I won't." But I've read up on it, and it said you can still dial 911 and get through even without a SIM card. It's true, though, Denise. It could go that way. That would be their style. They'd be panic stricken if I said, "Fine, I'm going to get on Facebook and I'm going to go right into the group and tell everybody what you've done to me, how you left me, the mess you left me in, how I've given up 9 months of my life because of your neglect." Simple as that. So, oh, don't you think I don't want to flip out on them? My natural instincts. Here comes the French. Here comes the French out of my blood. I really want to give it to them. You sons of bitches, you neglected it, and look what happened. It cost me 9 months of my life that I can't get back. What's it worth? it worth to you? Yeah. Oh, we've got pictures. Don't worry. We took pictures. I even have a picture of the Petri dish showing the mold. Yeah. That's for sure. And enough witnesses as well that would step forward in a heartbeat, that wouldn't even think about it, if you know what I mean. So it still wouldn't work down there, though, Cheryl. It wouldn't work down on the beach. Can't pick up a signal. That's a problem. That's the threat, Raka. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm thinking long and hard before I confront them on it. They know I've been sick. And when they're going to ask is when they see me on the beach, when they're out for the weekend, and they'll be saying, Natalie's on the beach. She must be better. They know why I've not been on the beach, that I've been sick. They know that. Yeah, there's enough witnesses right here too. You're right. But they would, and then when I'm on my way back from the beach, I've got to pass their cottage. They're going to come right out and go, oh my God, you're better. What was wrong with you? And I'm going to have a hard time saying you really don't want to know what's wrong, what was wrong. You really, that's going to be a touchy moment, because they will come out. They see me coming back off the beach. Natalie, hi. You must be better. What were you so sick from? All I can think of is the reply, you really don't want to know. That's true, Green Hornet. And I know that getting advice from the lawyers in St. John anyway, they give you free advice. They don't charge you for just talking to them. So I would do that. I'd ask my friends and ask around who would be the best lawyer for something like this so I can talk to them. Yep. No, I'm trying to go as easy as I can on myself. I've been on my own since I was 16 and independent since I was 16. I've never really needed to lean on other people, not in my memory right off. It's the first time in my life that I've been dependent. I'm dependent on my sons, really dependent on them. Jane, hugs, 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 squishy, 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 Jane. I am, Jane, because I felt a little better this hour that's gone by. It's been an hour and a half almost now. I've been on here. Terry was here, brought me some cigarettes, and took my garbage out for me, made me some toast, and then he had to rush back home. He took Bear down in the yard for a run around the yard. Then he had to run. So I said, wow. I even said to Terry, I said, oh my God, I can't believe we're out sitting in the kitchen area living room. And I said, I'm not getting dizzy. I said, this is great. So when he left, I said, I wonder if I can wash my hair and get through that without getting dizzy. I washed my hair. Then I dried my hair, washed my face and that, my body parts. And I said, well, and I put some moisturizer on my face, and I'm thinking, I almost feel well enough like I'm not going to get dizzy for a while. This is great. Wonder if I put a little bit of mascara on to fix my eyes a bit. I said, I'm going live. I miss everybody. And this way I can tell people, no, I'm not anywhere near being healed yet. But here I am. This is, like, it's really warm here, and my clothes are starting to stick to me. Other than that, I feel okay. No dizziness. I just got up a bit ago and went and got a can of pop out of the fridge. Made it back. No dizziness. But this morning, I was talking on the phone. I was sitting on the side of my bed. Whoa, I got hit real hard just sitting there. And the person on the other end of the phone, I said, just hold on a minute. I'm getting dizzy. And they came back with, Oh my God, Natalie, you all right? Your speech is slurred. Natalie, your speech, you sound funny. All from the dizzy spell. See, you'd think I was having a stroke, but I'm not. I laid back. I said, give me a minute. But it came out more like, the minute. Okay. But I'm not hanging up. Okay. Laid there, and 10 minutes later, I was fine. So there you go. I was like that this morning. Oh my gosh, not too much on YouTube, Raka, but I, try to get into Facebook with the group every day. There's usually messages waiting and that kind of a thing. And people wanting to join the group and this sort of thing. I usually try to be there to do that. Beautiful butterflies. So I know. But I thought if I can get some moisturizer, a little bit of mascara, my hair is clean, then I'm going to try to go live. So, and I did. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. And I almost started crying when everybody started coming in. It's like so beautiful. This is beautiful. They're my friends. Oh my gosh. So yeah, Jane has been by my side. Jane is one of the medical people that I was telling the rest of you about. And she's been by my side endlessly. Just about every day. And once or twice a week, we do the landline phone thing. And it's a good thing nobody else is here. They'd feel terribly neglected. To say her and I put in 4-hour phone conversations is putting it lightly. We find all kinds of things to talk about. So, and she helps me through this with the new meds and everything as well. And Timmy said too, to Terry, Tim had told Terry Jane, she just starting that brand new drug, and drugs like that, sometimes they will seem to create the problems that they were prescribed for within the first week. She'll be better off next week. You remember that day I told you, crying really, really hard, heartbroken, super depressed, and I don't get depressed. The whole bit, he said, that's what it is. Her meds are making her depressed, but she'll come out of it. So Luella, I'm not here to do readings. Please know that. The cards aren't anywhere near me. I'm just here to tell everybody that I'm just giving you an update on me. Yeah, you remember, Jane? Yeah. I did Green Hornet. I went to ears, nose, and throat specialist, Dr. Chin. And first thing I had to go through was a full-blown hearing test. Passed it, no problem. Then physically he came in, he looked at my ears, and he did the Epley maneuver on me, had his hand on my back, turned my head, slammed me down on the table. He was trying to create a dizziness for me, and it didn't work. I said the Epley the Epley maneuver does not work for me to clear a dizzy spell at all. I keep trying and it's never worked. He goes, I know it's not working. He said, I'm waiting to see your eyes bouncing. He said, they're not. And that's when he told me, you don't have Meniere's disease. I can almost guarantee these things at 100%, almost 100%. You don't have vertigo. You don't have tinnitus. You don't have Meniere's disease. You don't have any of those things. But last Tuesday that went by, being in the neurologist office, I said, the ringing, what are we going to do about the ringing in my ear? It's 24/7. He said, that's an inner ear thing, Natalie. I said, yeah, I know. But he told me, Dr. Chin, that he was almost 100%. I didn't have an inner ear problem, especially when I told him my right side, my right arm, my right leg were giving out. I said, he threw it into neurology. This is why I'm seeing you. He said, it's got nothing to do with it. He said, your brain scan, your CAT scan, and your MRI are beautiful. There's nothing at all. You've got a clean scan. You've never had not even one stroke. He said, or anything like that. It's an inner ear problem. I said, he says it isn't. But now I got an appointment October 22nd to go back and see Dr. Chin. Probably going to tell me, well, I don't know what to tell you. You have to live with it. That's what I'm probably going to hear, I would imagine. So Thank you, Luella. No, they didn't work for me. Wow. That's really bad, Raka. My goodness. Yeah. Yeah, we keep trying to talk Jane into coming back home, but she won't. The Newport Richie's her home now. So, but we make up for it on the phone. I don't know, Cheryl. They're going to do what they're going to do. I have nothing to say about it. Nothing. I mean, I've got DDD in my back as well, and people have blamed it on the back. The back can cause, well, they all know it. They've got my history. Even though they have access to my history, they still ask me, what health conditions do you have? And I mentioned my back. You know, that's true. Jane is Canadian, and Jane loves hockey. She's a true blue Canadian. Me, I don't watch hockey. Shocker for any men in the group, right? They say, my God, you're Canadian. You don't watch hockey. What are you? Oh, my God. Jane does. She lives for it. The whole family lives for hockey. But here's the funny thing about Jane. She is literally allergic to the cold. And she's come in my house a few times going, look, you know how cold that it is today? Look at me. Pull her sleeve. Big, huge hives all over. All over. As soon as the cold would break, the hives would clear. Funny, but it's true. But it's true. That's okay, Cheryl. Thank you. Now, the blood test. I agree, Denise. Blood test has to be done. It's a necessity. It's got to be done. But as soon as I contact the clinic, we're going to see if they can do something for me. You know, I don't even want to think about the doctors that I've gone through that have not done a blood work. Normally, you go into an emergency room too. Normally, no matter what's wrong with you, it's almost like a given that they're going to take your blood as it's a given that they're going to take your blood pressure and temperature. But none of them have. And I've asked them, are you going to? Yeah. That was the keep on that. So oh my goodness. Yeah. That's really bad. Much love out to you, Mystery, and I deeply, deeply appreciate you being here. I don't know if you know that or if you can feel it, but you're a beautiful spirit as well. Thank you so much for being here. Yes, Luella, you're right. You're correct on that. Elizabeth Vasquez, hello. So you guys all have an update on me, and I'll probably be really sick here before the night's out. And I almost half expect to be vomiting at some point in the day. It hasn't happened yet, knock on wood. So, yeah. Well, I was telling them early on here, Jane, at the top of the hour, about how you and Chris had done my tarot and what was involved in that and how good my tarot reading was. That was great. It was really, really super. Fevers come and go, Denise. So usually when I throw up, I'm soaking wringing wet, if you want to call that a fever. I'm sure if my temp was taken, I've got a temp thing here. I should take my temperature when I get that sick. I'll put it up beside my bedstand. Hello, Samantha. It is so nice to see you too. Jane. Oh my goodness. And you and Chris, your readings were right. Oh, it was so close, almost identical. So, you know. I'm starting to feel the fatigue just sitting here now. So it might be time for me to knock it off. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. And I'm loving seeing all you guys. You have no idea. This will carry me through the next couple of days, talking to you guys and kind of hanging with you for a little bit. It's been a beautiful thing. It really, really has. But I'm still sick. I just started taking meds on Tuesday, and we're hoping those meds are going to kick in. They come this Tuesday, I'll be up to 2 pills a night, not just one. And I'm really hoping to see a difference then. Yeah. Thank you, Luella. Much love to you as well. Thank you so much for being here and being part of this. I really appreciate it. And I promise you, as soon as I'm well enough to be back, I'll be back for real. I will. I can't believe I've been here an hour and 40 minutes. I thought I'd be here 20 minutes and that would be it. I'm surprised. Really surprised. Am I? There we go. Am I looking? Yeah. There's a song with the word weary in it. And an old song. I can't think of what it is right now. But it came to my head, even though I can't hear it. Anyways, yeah. So I got some color even, don't I? I got a little bit. You should see me sometimes, guys. I'm chalk white. Oh my God. The one of the 2 times that I was down in the yard, the most recent one, I just took some outside selfies to say hi. Look, I'm out in the yard. You can see how pale I am in one of them. I'm white. Real white. It really, really shows. Thank you, Jane. You know I love you too. Right to the moon and back. So thank you, Cheryl, for being here. My many, many hugs to you. Green Hornet, thank you. Oh, homemade chili. Thank you. Oh, with melted cheese on top. Oh, a little piece of garlic bread on the side. Oh, it'd be so beautiful. Thank you, Green Hornet. Much love to you too. And best wishes to you as well. I'm going to knock off for a bit here, guys. I'm so thrilled that I actually got to be here with you guys. Sending you a lot of love from me without the sickies. From Bear as well. He's over in the armchair. He's crashing, and I'm getting ready to leave. While I'm feeling good, I might put on another bowl of soup. I might heat some soup up and bring that back to the room with me so I can say I had something. Yeah. Thank you so much. You're not being a downer at all, Cheryl. Thank you, everybody. Hi, Epiphany London. Thank you for the heart. That's beautiful. And I'm just signing off. I put play repeat on this stream so that people will hopefully see it and they'll be able to get caught up. Thank you, Raga. That's what I'm going to do. Thank you, Deborah. From all the love that I can muster from my sick body and my sick heart, universe, send them all the love and let them feel it. I'm getting emotional. That did it. Thank you, everybody. It was so beautiful being here with you all. Love, peace, inner joy. May you find it. May you feel it. And may you give it. Thanks, everybody. I'm out of here. Remember the golden rule. Remember the golden rule of life. Apply it and live it. Goodbye for now. I hope to be back again real soon.